Hello, 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 hello. Can you guys hear me? How's the volume? Hi, hi. That's good, that's good. Just gonna make sure everything's all set. And then we can start it off. I think I'll go back to the starting soon screen. Yeah. Alright. Let's get the music back. I actually can't hear the music, by the way. But I will switch it on for you. Just give me one sec. Okay. Let's bring the music back. Alright, do you guys think you think we can get started now? I guess the big problem right now is the starting soon graphic is a still image. So I just hope it doesn't lag too much. And I hope the potato laptop I'm using right now doesn't crash. That would be suboptimal. But then again, this is streaming straight to Twitch rather than YouTube. I tested it on YouTube, it wasn't that great, so I hope it's a bit better now. We'll keep it waiting for maybe another 5 minutes and we'll get started. Maybe 3 minutes. Okay, I think we'll get started now because we've got a lot of things to cover, so let's just jump right into it. First of all, I'd like to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody who is joining in all over the world. Welcome to the Attacking the Tower gameplay trailer music breakdown. My name is Kejayco. I am the project director and one of the musicians on the team for Attacking the Tower. And I did the trailer music that you guys saw. I'm sure you've seen it. If you haven't seen it already, please do check it out now, and then you can come back. Because I think you should watch it first before you jump into this. So, just give me one sec. Sorry, my mind is a bit all over the place. I'm a scatterbrain. Yeah, so I think I'll take a few questions now. If you guys have any questions, you can ask them, and then I will take some more questions at the end of the stream. I apologize if you can hear any dogs in the background. There's like nothing I can do about it. I'm so sorry. They just they bark at like every single car that goes by. It's annoying, but you know it is what it is. Well, I don't really have dogs. These are more like dogs around the neighborhood. They just bark at everything. They bark at passersby. They bark at they bark at cars especially. Hmm. From 1 to 10, how difficult is it to do something from Flash? Well, like I don't have a drawing tablet. I'm not an artist or anything, so it's relatively easy for what I'm doing. Um, like, because what I'm mainly doing is I do the tedious stuff. I help make sure that the map is all working, just copying pasting a bunch of code over and over and over again, and then I just check that everything's okay. So I guess it's okay. It's been interesting working out a lot of the kinks that Flash has. Right now, the master Flash file that we have for attacking the tower is because you know when we export the game, it's gonna be one single file, one single Swift file. So you know we're trying to not overload it so early on in development. But it's like it's both easy and hard, I'll say. So from a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it like a good 6. Yeah. Hey yo, Cappy's here. Hello, Cappy. Uh, and hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. We're just starting now. Um, okay. So what we're gonna do soon. Just give me sorry, I need just 1 second. Okay. Yeah, what we're gonna do now is we are going to I have something up here in so for the music for the trailer, right? We started planning this early on in the year because it was originally supposed to come out in like around May-ish. But then you know things changed. Animation takes a lot of time, as I'm sure all of you know. You know you can't rush these sort of things. So in April we released the first teaser, which was the title screen music, along with like I guess you could say concept art of the control room of the tower. And so, you know, we needed to have the trailer come out because, you know, we wanted to release the trailer this year, and we were making some good progress on animation. So, and then I thought, you know, what if because around this time it was I think July when this was coming up. So, you know, what if we release this trailer that we've been planning? What if we release it on August the 7th, which is the 1 year anniversary of the Henry Stickmin collection? But this trailer we've been planning since around the beginning of the year, and I hope this works. I have some notes in my OneNote. So we have a spreadsheet that all of the team uses, and we like, you know, so that we can work together. It's on like Google Sheets. So I've taken a screenshot of the trailer stuff, I guess you can say. Hello to everyone that's joining now. So yeah, we have the trailer music plan here. So I should turn that down. Is that too loud? How's the alert box? I think I'll turn it down. Yeah, I'll turn it down a bit. It's a bit loud for me. I don't even know if you can hear it. It's probably on monitor. Uh, okay. So we have, yeah. So this is just the actual trailer. So what we had like music cues, and we just kept brainstorming this part. So we had, it'll start on the black screen. It was planned to have like three sections, like three main sections, right? So we have so of course it's a Henry song, and why not start it on C, because most of the music in the Henry Stickmin collection is in C major, C minor, some degree of that. So it'll start from black, and then we'll have I think this part, the game bars, the opening graphic that you see, where all the screens from breaking the bank, escaping the prison, up till completing the mission. Argus made that on a whim, I guess. Like he is like, what if we put this in the trailer? And I was like, that's awesome. Let's do it. So we have that. So and then we have the made by Strobe Interactive. That's one of the earliest things we had. And then it goes up into the tower, and then the logo comes up. So that's basically section A of the song. Then the intro. So we have the scenes. This in the section B part, which it starts off with the Stealing the Diamond theme, and then it was gonna change up a bit. So we'd have the Stealing the Diamond part, and then so all this that those scenes that you see right there, that's basically the intro of the game, right? It's a stripped down version of the intro. We could have, I think the original plan was to include the shot of the tower head saying "We are the Tower Gang," and we'd like see the control room, we'd see all that, but unfortunately, time was not on our side, so we'll have to wait on that. Yeah, and then so the throwing down the tape, and then we have the gameplay footage scene, which is the C section, which is just the tower theme. So I will go into the early demos and stuff of how I made all these tracks soon. But so yeah, we listed all the various scenes that were going to be shown. I will not. So I blurred this out because it's got like the names of the options. It's got the names of the paths and like all those kind of things. Like but if you've seen the trailer, you know what's already in it. So there's not much to say about this part. That we wanted to include the fail screen as well. So we kind of positioned it in the way that it ends in the fail screen, and then the tower logo shows up. And then finally we have the final title screenshot, and then we teasing the Center for Chaos containment stuff. What else? I have to be really careful here. So I can zoom out, I think. Okay, we got some more notes here. Yeah. So these are my own personal notes. I hope there's not many spoilers here. So, Puffballs uses East-West Orchestral to do his orchestral sounds. So once I got that, that was like life-changing, because the tower theme, like the title screen for Attacking the Tower, wasn't actually using the East-West Orchestral sounds, but once I got it, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna use it in the trailer. So I had to do them in Ableton. I'm sorry, in FL Studio, because for some reason Ableton wasn't getting it to work. So we have the tempos. So I just basically, so sequence 1, yeah, fan service 101, and then we have the tower reveal, the intro, and then the tower gang. So I like done. So this kind of beat that I was like, kind of. So just kind of heartbeat, kind of pulsating rhythm, and it's very low end, so it's to give more space for the dialogue. And then I got a bunch of trailer sounds and stuff. So we have a transition to the next sequence, which is the gameplay scenes, and on the fail screen, titles and logos, resolve, all that good stuff. So next up, I wonder if Ableton is going to work. So yeah, those are basically the notes and stuff. And then I have I wonder if the speakers can pick this up. So I have a bunch of demos, old mock-ups and stuff of the trailer. So section A, let's see if I can find like the oldest demos. I think this one. So this is for section A. So section A is basically section A is the whole beginning part. That's the Henry Stickmin logo stuff and Attacking the Tower logo. Section B is the intro. Section C is the gameplay trailer, and section 4 is the finished part. So I need to find a good demo. So I think this is the one with the notes. So yeah, everything is done in MIDI. And we have the very low C. And then it kept taking shape, which I'm sure you. So if you heard in that old demo, it didn't really do much for the completing the mission part. But then I decided to keep the rhythm going. And then I added the tower theme. Section B demo. So this is gonna be really rough. This is just gonna be like rough, because what I did for like most of my scratch tracks when I was like trying to come up with melodies, I was trying to write everything. So I have my Yamaha Mode X8, which is an 88 key keyboard. So it can work in both MIDI and it has sounds of its own. So I usually just live recorded sounds, and then I could either replace it or just re-record it when I got the actual thing. So as you can hear, I didn't even play the Stealing the Diamond theme right.
Henry Stickmin, the man who stole the Tunisian diamond. That's great. For us, I mean.
So yeah, I think from this point I decided to add like this kind of beat.
We are the Tower Gang, the biggest and baddest group there is.
Now, Stealing the Diamond is C minor. This is mainly this trailer is in C minor. So yeah, I have that kind of dun dun kind of beat, right? That rhythm. So I decided to build on that because I think it needed that sort of pulsating that rhythm to keep everything going, moving forward. And then this is when I moved it to FL Studio. So we got the acoustic guitar. I don't think I came up with the.
We are the top.
And then I just kept working. It's like, what is this missing? What does this need? What does this feel like? How should this feel? Because Henry's coming home. He's devastated. How should that? But also, this is the trailer, so how should that feel? And then the section C. Section C was actually really easy. Because I'll tell you the truth. Section C was probably one of the easiest, and I think Section C was the first thing that I wrote for the actual trailer music. Because what I did, I was supposed to be writing the C section of the trailer, but I ended up getting a bit distracted, and I came up with this, which is a recreation of something you'll recognize. Yeah, so I got distracted, but then basically I use like that drum snare sound, and so I took that, those sounds that I had, and then I came up with something similar. So it uses pretty much the same sounds. And then section D was kind of easy because it was just dun dun. Oh, sorry, dun 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 dun, dun, which is just the tower theme. So my voice broke, and I just wanted to be like this sort of like really epic kind of finale to the trailer. And so those are like all the rough demos that I had, and then I started just building on it, working on it some more. So all these ideas rushing in, and I was just trying different stuff. So I think now, if everything is working, yes, okay, good. We can move on. Please don't crash. We can move on to Ableton. Yes, good, very good, very good. Please don't crash. I hope this isn't too laggy. How's that? How's that looking? So this is the this is pretty much the project. It goes down. So yeah, this is the trailer project. How's the lag? Is it very laggy? Smooth? Okay, cool. We have this so this section here, this track here, this is I can't really access it. I don't know why, but oh, sorry about that. I can't really access it now for some reason because I switched computers, and I guess I just didn't bother syncing all this up. These are videos, so I basically have the videos for the trailer on one side, like on the other screen, because I'm using a laptop, so I have the laptop screen and then a second monitor. So I have it on one screen, and then I have Ableton open, and I'm just making sure that it all lines up, which is basically how you do scoring. I'm actually going to delete it so nothing bad happens. Yeah, it is quite a mess of music. There's a lot going on here. Well, it's not as much as I could do now, but this is definitely still a lot of moving pieces. Especially we got the orchestra happening here. So I think we'll just start from beginning to end. So the beginning, So we have like this whole beginning section here. Oh, I don't know why that's doing that. Actually, just me just make this bigger. I'm actually just gonna do this real quick so I can just divide everything up. Yeah, see, I can just do that, and it just makes my life like 15 times easier because everything's all closed up. So if we'll start, I think we'll come to the trailer sounds later. So I think the biggest, like everything's happening here in the orchestral section. So I have this just bass that's just playing like a very simple bass line for everything. Sorry. Just a MIDI bass. Like a lot. I think almost all of this is MIDI. I don't really think there's anything that's live recorded, which is fine because that's like kind of how it is in the games. It's like all MIDI. There's some real recordings, but for the most part, it's done in MIDI. So, and all the sounds that I wanted are MIDI. Why change from there? So this is basically the Breaking the Bank section, which is an acoustic guitar, and it has shakers, but it's a dramatic beginning. Why would I do that? And then we have the orchestral section. So the next part is actually it's got a bass. So it's which is basically the beginning of escaping the prison, kind of like it's like because the bass line is doom 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 doom. But I just kind of I just wanted to include like a bass. But then we'll go into the pizzicato, which really kind of sells it on that escaping the prisonness. And then we have the stealing the diamond thing. What do you call it? Glockenspiel. It's playing the melody from Stealing the Diamond, but just the first two notes, because right there we go into the top hat. I just slapped on some quick. I just put on some quick reverb. So if I switch off the sends, it's just a square lead. So let's just switch that on. It just kind of gives it that that body. And then we have the Fling the Complex theme, which mainly, it's not really the Walls theme, because the Wall uses it uses staccato notes, but I decided to use this, which is what you'll hear. You'll hear this in Troika. You hear this in a bunch of other Wall sounds, like there's a bunch. I can't name any off the top of my head, but you know which one. So it's got that. And then, what is this? French horns? Yeah, so these are just carrying on the melody. And then we have an element from completing the mission, which is the trombone. Yeah, that's it. And then we end on the attacking the tower lead, which I used in the towers theme for the title screen. I should just call it the tower. So yeah, that's that. And so if we put it all but then there's a lot of moving parts here. So when you get to infiltrating the airship, it's two sides of the same coin, right? You have the top hats, which is mainly chiptune kind of music. It's it's got that kind of 8-bit feeling. And then you have the government, which is heavy brass orchestra. You got a brass band, you got horns playing. You also have you have notes. You have drums playing, right? You got the percussion. So that was also important. That's why you have this part here. So as soon as infiltrating the airship section starts, everything kind of kicks in from there, and you get the whole what do you call it? You get the orchestral percussion. So you got a timpani here. I don't know why there's like this weird kind of like bit crushing sound, but I like it. I don't mind. So I kind of went to like so the rhythm, I kept the rhythm going, but it was a so that was sort of like a government and kind of dun 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 kind of rhythm. I don't know the name for it. And then it leads when the completing the mission section comes in over here. We also get the kind of rhythm that the snare drums have in the title screen for Top Hat launch site. This kind of dun, right? And then when you put all the orchestral stuff together. Also, the timpani was important because there's a timpani in the wall, so yeah, I needed to keep that in. So basically, when you put all of these elements together, you get something quite magical. There's a bass, of course. Snare roll. It's a snare roll. That's what it is. Yeah. So and then I added a. This is when I. So as I said, the trailer has been kind of slowly in development since the beginning of the year. So I came up the Strobe logo appearing. That was one of the first things that Argus ever drew. So when I put it into this Ableton project, and then I just had this kick sound when the logo appears. It's just something very subtle. And then we have and then when it comes into the towers theme, like when the tower logo shows up, it's just this very triumphant kind of sound. I should make all this smaller now, actually. Give me one sec. I'm not very fast with this, so please forgive me. want to make sure everything can fit on this. Okay, cool. That's not what I wanted to do, but whatever. Yeah, let's just select all of that, see if that works. What? Okay. Grill, I'll have to select everything not that way. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just make it a little bit smaller so I can see more things. Yeah. This is a bit tedious. I'm really sorry about that. Okay, cool. So then we have the logo section. So it shows up. I wanted it to be very triumphant. So we got yeah, just a bum 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 bum. Because you know you associate that with victory. I guess I don't know. Then you have that together. So you know if you put it all together, it's pretty triumphant, I'd say. Right, and so we have, and then everything gets put together. Oh, what did I do? Everything gets put together, and then we have like the real icing on the cake, which is the trailer sounds. It made it feel really cinematic. So we have a bunch of drones. We have like whoosh hits. So once attacking the tower, hello, greetings to all those who are coming in now. I don't know why I heard that sound because it might have doubled. Excuse me, 1 second. Okay. I think I'll just turn that off, the alert box sound. Yeah, okay. So the trailer, so we have a lot of hits, right? You got what is this? That's when attacking the tower comes in because in the video, like they move, all the logos kind of shift out and they like make room for the attacking the tower logo to enter and set in place. So it's like it's locking into place. And then you have this hit when the logo comes. Just an extra bit of impact for that, you know, that hit. And then a riser because, well, risers are cool, and secondly, the video was rising from the ground up into the tower, so. And then to keep things moving some more, because this is what we would have right then, right? So we'd have this. But then it's dead silence, right? I didn't want to put too many notes. I didn't want to overcomplicate this too much. But then I figured, you know, just keep this rhythm going, so I added a drone sound. This is very trailer. I love the sound of this. And then everything else comes together. So, you know, we have this section. Yeah, and it's got that kind of tension and release going. And then we have a power down sound. Are the alert boxes too loud? Like, is that becoming a problem? See if I can turn that volume low. I can hear it really loud from me. Can you hear that alert box sound? Excuse me. Hey, Dungeonation. What up? So then we have a power down to kind of transition it to the next scene. And now we've reached the intro section, which is quite fun. It was definitely probably one of the trickiest parts to compose. But it was definitely a lot of fun. So we have the Stealing the Diamond theme, as you've heard. Not messing up the notes this time. And I decided to add some bass in, so like some bass. We have this whole kind of. Sorry about the dogs. I'm just gonna let them stop barking. Give me 1 sec. I have to go through this every day, these dogs. Okay. So then we have this kind of bass sound that kind of picks up over here. I like the sound that it has, and then it opens up. And then we get another bass over here, which is it's a similar sound. I think it uses the same patch, and I just tweaked it a bit. So I opened it up in the top end, like I increased the cutoff. Does it have any other plugins? It's very basic plugins. It's just EQ, compression. See, there's not really much happening here, because for this section, there is a pad here, which is, I think it's just playing C minor. Oh, it's just C power chord. Okay, C fifth. And then it ends. It's just a, yeah, that's it. That's all the pad does. And then trailer sounds. So we have another drone for this section. Does this project contain the voice lines? No, it doesn't, because I added that to the videos, and it's not in the videos. I don't think so. Yeah, it's not here. It's just a drone, because it's I like this sound. It's because what's happening is Henry's coming home, right? So it's a very uh like this unsettling kind of feeling. It's a very, you feel very unsettled during this whole moment, but at the same time you're coming home, so you have the Henry Stickmin Stealing the Diamond theme, and then we have another drone, so it transitions from one drone to another when we have the Tower Gang theme. What is this? And then we have a downer. So yeah, yeah, I'll get to this later. So now we have this beginning scene, which I believe is when Henry finds the message. So yeah, we got this bass sound happening. And then we have drums. Oh, these are taikos. So yeah, we'll get to this first. I just felt it needed that extra bit of percussion and impact, so. And then I also had kick drum, because you gotta power up that low end. So now if we add the trailer sounds, right, you see where it's going? It's taking shape. And then drop. We're inside now. Bum, 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 bum. Right? And then regarding the melody, I was trying to think of something. I didn't want to use the same lead that I used for the tower theme here, but I still wanted to play a variation of the tower theme. So it's not exactly the same. Dun 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 dun. It's slightly modified. Hey all hey all. Welcome to those who have just tuned in or just tuning in. This is the Attacking the Tower trailer breakdown for the music, trailer breakdown stream. We are going through the intro section now, the section B. So, here's another funny thing I did. I don't know how funny this is, but for this section, I totally didn't think of what many of you might be thinking. Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally was not thinking that. Among Us sus. How does it feel to be a sussy baka? Not great, I'd assume. We had another low kind of kick reverb that we had in the beginning. And this kind of wears off. Yeah. So that's pretty much that section. Except for one part here. It's a very important element. So it goes along with what's happening visually as well. So we have, we have those hits, right? These are just trailer hits. But I this part I just faded it out because the impact would continue on from this hit. I didn't want it to be too muddy, so and then it carries on. And then we have a riser, which is another visual thing. It goes along with the visuals, but also it's another transition. So at this point, the tempo goes from 141 to 153. So I've put on the metronome, right? You heard that? It doesn't gradually increase, but it just changes. There's nothing musically going on here. It's just sound design. So I like to lead into that section. So more sound design. We got a riser. And then we have another hit. What is this? Short decay, I guess. Medium length decay. And now the drums kick in. We got a whole drum section happening. It's different instruments. So we got this kind of kick. It's this snare. There's a bit of reverb on this snare. So without the reverb, it would just sound like this. But I think it needed that kind of, because it's sort of like a, it's got a bit of a delay to the reverb, so it hits. It's almost a reverse gate, so it's. So this kind of delay to it. And then just an 808 hi-hat, because I noticed puffballs like to use 808 hi-hats in some of these drum sections, so. I would take away, actually I think now I would just take away the reverb. I don't think it needs it. Maybe just a little, maybe if anything just a room reverb. Just like too much. Yeah, I would have done that. And then we have more operatic section. This is very basic. It's just a violin playing C minor. I don't think it changes chords. I think it changes once to, I think, G major. So this is playing it's like a wider, I think it's a wider, yeah, this is a, It's only playing two notes. It's just playing. At first, it's just playing C and it's C and E flat, and then it changes just to the what is it, B and D. There's no G involved. I don't know why I did that, but I guess it just didn't need too much happening. I didn't want to I just didn't want to overdo the chords. And again, like with this kind of music, there's it's very simple chords happening. You have it's usually just a string patch playing chords. So I wanted to keep it that way. And then we got the trombone this time playing the melody. So that's a bit different to what it actually is, because it's in the actual lead, the actual melody for the tower. But it's kind of it's different here because I guess the rhythm just fit. Yeah, there's nothing going on in this section from now on. So it's just we got bass now. We have the same. No, it's a different bass now. It's the annoying bass. Um. There's kind of a groove on this own. I might use this bass somewhere else. And then you put in the violin sound. That's pretty much it. There's like, oh, and then we have the bit of the orchestra section. This is just extra cymbals to really spice things up, you know. And then we have trailer sound, which leads into the fail screen. And then we have the fail sound. The fail sound, the dialogue, all that was added in Premiere Pro. So once I had gotten, I needed it in Ableton for the timings, but once I had gotten all the timings set and, you know, I was just adding stuff, I was just tweaking, mixing, all that, I didn't really need it. So that's why it's not in the project anymore. It's just a whoosh. And finally we get into D section. The tempo slows back down to 141. And then we have the final logo, which has orchestral sounds. Bum, bum, bum. That decays out naturally. This bass, there's no more bass. This guitar died in the B section. And then we have a cello. So I can get rid of this violin. We have a cello, so these mainly just come in, at the end. To really give that impact. So we have French horns here. So especially if you put that with the operatic in the opera, not the opera, the symphony section, you get you build elements more and more. And then you have the violin playing the tower theme. So, you know, we started with the synth lead, and then we had the pizzicato violin, then we have a trombone, and now we have a marcato violin. Orchestra and synth sounds like a weird combination. It actually, a lot of composers have been integrating it. It's especially good for like action sequences, like Hans Zimmer and all those kind of all those composers that use it for action sequences. Hans Zimmer, Ludwig Göransson, Junkie XL, all really great composers. So if you put everything together, it's very simple. It's and one more trailer sound at the end to really finish it off. What is this? Yeah. And that's pretty much everything from the trailer music. Um that is it. Yeah. What is there the lot the this section here where the logo came up and all, that was actually kind of a last minute decision. We were really struggling to figure out how do we implement the logo coming in? What are we going to do for it? How's it going to look visually? And then we just settled on all the different things coming in every time it hits, right? So it's the one bar, another bar, and then half, and it just gets faster. Done, 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 done. So it just that sort of thing. I'm not good with my names right now. And so yeah, once again, that's the trailer. If you haven't listened to it, please do check it out because it looks really cool. And the dogs have started barking again. How fun. Okay. Right, that's pretty much it. I do want to show something, but we'll get to that in a second. I'm gonna close this Ableton project. Don't save. Yeah, it was fun coming back to this because I composed this in late July, so I haven't really looked at it much. Then we have the CCC sounds are I made that kind of quickly. I tried to make it feel authentic. I used a bunch of pitch. I did this in Adobe Audition, which I'll be using to do the audio for all the mix downs and stuff. So I use Ableton for doing the music. And then I will use Adobe Audition on whenever I do the voices and the sound design, putting everything together. The dogs are barking again. How fun. I wonder if I can show this. Hang on. See if this works. Yeah. So, we have like various animatics and stuff. I'll just show this quickly. It's the old background and then the animation of Henry walking across. Yeah, that's all. So I guess I just wanted to show that really quick and just so, that's pretty much the animation process. So I guess now I'll take some more questions. We'll be wrapping up very soon, so yeah. If you have any questions, please do leave them. I'll answer a couple of them. The dogs are barking because they want more music. No, they actually don't like my music. Apparently, I'm terrible at it. So yeah, feel free to just leave us some questions, anything you have. I'll be wrapping this stream up very soon. So let's just finish up with some questions. Alright, I'll be answering the questions once the dogs stop barking. So just keep them coming. So, I see one question. How long did it take for the trailer music to be done? So, as I said, this has been a work in progress for a while, but I didn't come up with. Let me actually go check. I wonder if it's dated. So let me check. So this has been in work for about. I started work on this in like on the 25th, 26th of June. Sorry, July. So then I was working on it. Maybe I worked on it for like a week or something. So not very long. Because we had everything planned. I just needed to put everything together. So yeah, about a week. On and off, of course, because oh my lord. I had to do a lot of things, so. How did I do the chiptune sound for the infiltrating the airship motif? I don't really remember. I think I just used. Maybe I used the sound font. Maybe I used the patch in FL Studio. I can't remember. I'm really sorry. But I just needed a square sound, and I just kept looking until I found it. I don't have the punch sound in completing the mission. How much time did it take for you to really nail Puff's style of music? Well, as you, I mean, it's a constant process. I don't think I've nailed his style. I think I'm just doing my best to try and imitate his work. But I definitely I know when Henry Stickmin, the collection, came out last year, I started working on it. I started making covers of his music. And then when I didn't really have his sounds yet, but then I just kept doing what I could. I don't think I have any of my covers with me right now, but I would show you if I did have them. I'm sure you've heard a lot of them though, so it's just something that takes a long time. What I do have is the old, many of you may have heard this, it's the old theme song, the old theme for Attacking the Tower, which is somewhere here. I just need to find it. I think this is it. They're not really public. I think they're in the Poop and Vegetables Club. but I might send them out later. Yeah, that was from like May 2020. It's like April May. It's very old. I think I'll be wrapping up very soon. I think I might bring Agus on if I can get Discord to work.
Hello. Good. I thought I wasn't gonna have time to show up, but I guess I did, so that's nice. I was gonna say, because there were some questions that I know that Kedge said that he wasn't in a great position to answer. Um, like, I mean, there was one a while ago, I think near the beginning of the stream. I can't remember what it was, but it was like, um, what was it again? It was something about um, like just the process of working and working on this game with art and animation or something. I don't know exactly, but the thing is, the answer I usually give, because this comes up pretty often, is that um, I it's not super difficult. Like once you start to get acquainted with the process of using Adobe Animate, like once you've had the time to explore it and see all of its features, it's not super difficult. Uh, It's just it can seem daunting, especially because now that Flash is so deprecated and, like, nobody really supports it anymore, you can't find many resources online about how to use it or fix it. That makes it harder, but it's I mean, we've had a lot of time to we've had a lot of time to use it and figure out its quirks and everything, and it can be very weird. Like, there's a bug where the paintbrush, when you try to draw, it'll erase, and then when you try to erase, it'll draw, and I don't know why that happens. I don't know what causes that, but it just happens. And some of these things you just have to live with, like, it's just something that you can't really mitigate because, I don't think they're honestly, I don't know if they're pushing out bug fixes anymore. They do come out with a new version every year, but I'm not sure because these things, um, because I know that Puffballs United also reported that that specific bug was also present in, like, Animate 2019 or something, and I think I used 2020, and so I don't think I don't think they're paying that much attention to it, which is fine. I don't really expect them to because Adobe doesn't really, I mean, it's clear at this point that they don't really, care very much about the long-term sustainability of Flash, but yeah, that sort of stuff is always happening. There's like a memory leak in the program. You have to close it and reopen it sometimes, and uh, when you have a document that's as big as attacking the tower, it'll get so hard to run. It'll just be so slow, and you have to sit for like 30 seconds just to save or something. But ultimately, like, if you really think about it, because the art style of these games is not super complex, all you have to do really is use the brush. And if you can learn which techniques to use and how to apply everything, and it's not too difficult to figure out the style. And from then on, you just, whenever something crashes or something, you just say, oh well, and you move on. And you know uh, and that also reminds me that I think I planned on having, like, I was going to make, because I'm the lead artist for this game, I was considering creating a, like, tutorial for how to replicate the Henry art style. The thing is, I'm not sure if I'm going to follow through with those plans because I ended up writing a script for a video that would serve that purpose, and it ended up getting to 8 pages, and then I kept revising it. And very it's just very inconvenient to it feels very inconvenient and tedious to have to go through that arduous process. And, like, sorry, were you gonna Yeah. This is also something I say often. Like, I actually said this verbatim in the in the
Oh, I
script.
I was muted. I'm so
References
sorry.
are, I think references are, like, one of the most important things you can use, especially for a game like this, because it's not bad to go and search for images of things because you wanna replicate them better. Because you don't need to, like, I would
Right,
never expect anyone to perfectly be able to replicate every object in their mind by just thinking about it, because it's hard to iron out details when all you have is a mental image. So, I would just suggest, because 'cause I'm probably not going to be able to finish that tutorial because as much as I would like to, it's just not going to be possible to make it as in-depth as I would like, and I might not cover everything I want. And also, attacking the tower itself is, like, my plan is for that to be the last contribution I make to the Henry Stickmin community, and I wanna move on to other things after. But
right.
I would just suggest that if anyone, because I really encourage, now that we've sort of established that it's possible for fans to make something like this. I think that I would encourage more people to try
Yeah,
to organize their own team, or even by themselves if they're brave enough to make a game like this of their own. And really, if you do that, I wouldn't want to have everyone just religiously follow the advice that I give just because it worked for me. I just advise people to look at the original series and do as much examination as you need, because it can feel annoying and tedious at first, but you eventually, you get a feel for how things are designed and what techniques are used, and you can start to easily replicate that in your own stuff.
yeah.
And that goes
That's
for not only the art, but also, like, the music and
I
everything.
mean, that's like,
And I did also Go ahead.
imitation is you got, if you keep drawing from outside sources, keep taking in, and keep practicing all of these sorts of things. Like with music, you got to listen. I listen to very different artists, various genres of music, and then just keep practicing, keep absorbing all that, and then you get to, you'll eventually make your own kind of sound, make your own kind of art
Yeah.
style, all that.
Like, that's also something that I try to stress. Like, it's not bad to take a lot of inspiration from other people because I think that most artists would probably say that their art style is like a mishmash of other people's art styles that they like, and that just becomes theirs. And then people who become their fans, then they contribute to their art style. So um, it's kind of passed
100%.
down in that regard.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so yeah, all of this it applies to everything, not just the art and animation, but also the music and everything. And it's
Hmm.
and on that note, on music, I did allude to this before, but I was planning on having I think at some point I might do a stream like this of my own, where I just go through one of the songs that I make for the game, and I already know which one I'm going to use. Um, it's like the most complex composition I've made so far, but I can't do that yet because it's not been released yet. But once it is, then I'll probably do that just for the fun of it because I feel like that would be fun to do. And like I said, maybe it would inspire more people to, learn a bit more about the process that we use, and that could help them continue on and do their own thing. So yeah, um,
Yeah.
I don't know
Uh,
if
that
there's
that was
any other questions or if I missed anything.
thank you, August, for the incredible insight into your world of working on attacking the tower.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I
Okay.
mean,
Hmm.
it's very like even though this game is just a fan game and it's not really like we haven't made something magnificent and super big and spectacular. I don't know, I'm still proud of it. I feel like this is a good achievement for us and it
Yeah.
serves as a good example for what a fan game uh
Can
I don't want
be.
to say should be
I think I'd
cuz
say
yeah,
can
I
be.
don't want to
The
say should be because
potential.
then it's like I'm saying that everyone who's made a fan game that doesn't meet our standards is like incompetent, and I would never want to give off that impression because that's not really my intention. But we're just setting a precedent for what a fan game could be and what
Like
extents you can go
this.
to even if you aren't the original creator of something. So
Like
yeah,
this. You can just showing the potential that, you know, just a silly message on Discord could have sparked all these events. So,
right.
yeah. So thank you again, August, for taking the time to come on and talk, share some information,
Yeah.
share your insights. I think we'll be wrapping up we'll be wrapping up now. So thank you again. I'll
Yeah.
leave you to your day. Okay, bye bye. Thank you once again, everybody, for coming to this stream. Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me anymore. Hello, hello. So I'm just gonna assume you can hear me because the audio meter is moving. So I just like to thank everyone, each and every one of you, for coming to this stream. Uh, I think we're gonna be doing some more of these. We might do more of these later on because right now there's not much music that's publicly released on the soundtrack. But we'll definitely do more breakdown sessions because there's a lot of big tracks that I'm working on, like post release. There's one that's currently over 96 tracks. So I am definitely looking forward to breaking that one down. It's a lot of fun. I'm working on it right now. So looking forward to next year. Uh, we'll be the Strobe members. We might start doing like our own kind of personal streams, like some games, whatever, this and that. So please do stick around. Discord server is there. We're